Hello everyone, this is Rhonda Finfrock of Fruitful Life Studio, and today I start with a confession.
It's true. I have over 20 vintage and then even more nearly new jackets that I've collected.
It started out with jackets that I made for myself, like this one, that I stenciled and embroidered and beaded last summer. And then it turned into a search to find unique, one-of-a-kind, sometimes new, sometimes vintage denim jackets.
Stay tuned to see how I transform this jacket using DIY paints, JRV stencils, and IOD stamps.
The first step in working with all these jackets is getting them home, removing all the tags, making sure they're 100% cotton or natural fibers, and then I wash them.
Here's how I get my thrift store jackets ready to paint.
Whenever I visit a new town, I look around, I do the Google search, I look for those thrift stores that might hold some treasures. And here are some of the treasures I found on my travels. This one I think is really cool and stylish with the zipper and the fitted look. This jacket has that vintage feel because you see the quilting up at the top, lots of nice stitching, and a very nice place that I plan on making a handmade belt. I love paisley, so this one was one of my favorite finds. If you look very closely, you will see a paisley design. But this video is actually about this jacket. I started it over on the DIY paint page.
And here it is, fully upcycled and ready to wear. Mixing in some crystal clear patina will help keep your paints permanent. I painted in a circular pattern to make it appear more like the ocean. After each step in my painting, I would throw my jacket into the dryer on high heat and then press. I trimmed all the seams with copper patina. Back in the day, everyone seemed to splatter paint all over their clothing, but recently I saw Renee Lynn, the funky butterfly, splattering paint over a beautiful pair of floral jeans she had painted, and I decided that's the look I want. To make the iron-on patches that I will use for applique, I start with 100% cotton or natural fibers, pre-washing it and drying it with no fabric softeners, and then I iron on fusible web. Apply the fusible web according to the manufacturer's directions. I used the mixture of DIY paint and crystal liquid patina to make a washy background for the patches. I rubbed the DIY paint down into the fibers. I hung these patches out on the line to dry, and then I heat set them with a hot iron. Look around your house, see what kinds of stamps or stencils you would like to use on your patches. Here I'm using the IOD stamp called Fantastico, and I'm stamping it with the IOD ink in black. Stamps and stencils can be layered with more paints or inks. Here you see I am taking the same IOD black ink and a detail brush and painting some detail, making my mermaid a little shell top. I made a mask out of my mermaid stamp by stamping it onto some clear plastic, then cut around the image. This way I could place the mask over the mermaid as I used my JRV stencils to layer some sea life on this patch. I mixed Bohemian Blue as well as Hey Sailor with the crystal patina so that it would be more permanent on this patch. I used the different colors so that it looked more dimensional. I added more detail to my stencils using complementary colors as well as copper patina. After each step, I heat set my patches with a hot iron. I trimmed some of the patches with scissors to fit on the jacket. Heat set the patches with a hot iron. Some people use a cloth on top. I appliqued the patches onto the jacket by sewing a straight stitch twice around. You can also stitch by hand using embroidery floss. On this pocket, I'm not machine stitching because that would sew the pocket shut. So I'm doing a blanket stitch with embroidery floss. I continued to embellish the jacket by sewing on a ribbon trim around the cuffs and the neck, and I kept embroidering using a straight stitch and a blanket stitch, even adding some glass beads until I felt my jacket was finished. Treat your jackets like the works of art that they are, and wash gently and carefully. Thank you for watching the transformation of this boho mermaid denim jacket. On my website, fruitfullifestudio.com, you will find the DIY paints and products, as well as the JRV stencils that I used to complete this project. Now go have some creative fun.